All right. I think we're live, but let me check. Do a quick check. You just never know, man, with YouTube.
Man,
All right. Looks like we're there and we're good.
all right, let me go on mute.
What's going on? G Funk is back, and I'm here to talk about this fight we had last night, man. What a surprising outcome for sure for me. I got the brother Reggie Owens in the house, man. Reggie, what's going on, man?
Man, just chilling on this. What is it, Sunday? I almost think it's Saturday, man. Just chilling, ready to get some things off my chest about this fight yesterday.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It was a crazy outcome, man, a crazy ending, something that I did not expect to see, that's for sure. And I'm going to be the first one to say this, right? I've been on YouTube now for almost 10 years, man. Done a lot of prediction videos here, and I'll be the first to say that hey, I was wrong on my prediction, man. I thought Kovalev was going to win this fight. Thought he was, well, he is the bigger man, but he didn't fight like the bigger man. Um, Thought that he was going to be able to hurt Canelo, keep him off with the jab, land some right hands. But a lot of people were saying knockout to the body by Canelo. That didn't happen, but he did get the knockout to the head. A couple of clean shots to the head, and hey, I was wrong on my prediction, man. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time, and it is what it is, man. But let's see who we got. We got a few people here already. We got Vin Dog. What the hell? Where's crew? Hey, man, it's been a rough day, man. Time change. We got 92 AKU. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Let's see here. We got some laughing emojis. The ginger can fight. Well, we're gonna talk about that right now. But before I get into my piece, because you guys see the title, I'm sure you see the title here, all right? And I mean what I say when I put that title there, all right? But Reggie, what were you feeling, man, when you seen Kovalev crumble? Sergey the Crumble Kovalev. What was going through your head when you seen him laid up against them ropes, man?
Man, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, man. And my feelings are kind of with everyone kind of else in the boxing world. You got a lot of boxers, not just people who throw out conspiracies of diving, but the shot was clean. It was a clean knockout shot. There's no way that shot was him acting, but the shot that stumbled him was kind of way out because it wasn't. He was taking harder shots than that earlier in the fight, cleaner shots. He was getting hit with, and they had no effect on Kovalev. Never did they buckle him. Never did they back him up. But now in this shot that he has his hands up, Canelo partially catching the glove, but punching him right here in the side of the neck is the one that knocks all this equilibrium, knocks him off balance. Maybe the effect, in addition to maybe being fatigued, stumbled him, but I don't know. But then that second shot, that right hand, that was a money shot that cleaned his clock out. But Kovalev fought this very suspect plan. He fought a suspect plan. All that pity patting shot-ish was crap. He was able to keep Canelo at bay with this jab. He started to pull back when he started unloading too much power in these punches. And then even the excuse of not wanting to throw his right hand by being afraid of being hit with something, you were getting countered quite a bit in this fight. So what's the hell are you holding back for? And then it was like I seen him in a series of shots go down to Canelo's body, and he just tapped him there. It was like he stuck out the jab at long range and just patted Canelo in the body twice with no force on these shots. I said, man, what the hell is going on here? And then when he hurt him in that 8th round, when he had Canelo hurt in the 8th round, he hit Canelo with one early shot. Kovalev didn't act on. I was like, damn, I don't think Kovalev seen that he had him hurt. And then he hit Canelo with a second shot. And after a while, it had like a delayed response from Canelo because Kovalev didn't act on it. Canelo started retreating. He started retreating, kind of turned his back to even separate himself, even create greater space between the two. And when Kovalev seen that he had him hurt, He didn't jump on this dude. He took this patient approach of approaching Canelo. Maybe he thought Canelo was playing possum. He gets Canelo against that support column, got him trapped there, and didn't do a damn thing to finish this fight. But it was just like it was I don't know what the hell was this dude doing, man. He was laying off on the power. Kovalev did not put all his power on that, and it also draws a question of what was happening. This was even before Kathy Duva did the interview with Fred from Barbershop Conversation. This was even months ago where they reported about some of the things that will happen for Kovalev if he lost. He puts himself into a greater position. He gets some fight deal with DAZN, this guaranteed money. Now, if he won, he had this deal with ESPN. Now, the deal with DAZN was much better for him to lose. And I was like, that's the most sinister ish I've ever seen in boxing. And then everything else that led into this event was crap. Everything else. But Kovalev, he deserved to get knocked out for fighting that type of fight, making it easy for Canelo. But Canelo, he puts more pressure on himself from this event because these other guys, hopefully the money don't turn them into little prostitutes to where they hold back on this guy. But Arthur Beterbiev fight, maybe the guy that gets him up out of there because he don't need a scorecard. He would definitely get Canelo up out of there. And plus the power at this division is way greater. And Canelo was feeling some of the power from Kovalev, who wasn't hitting him with everything.
Wow, good stuff, Reggie. Good stuff, man. Let's go over some of these comments here. We got Vendog. Yeah, man, I'm just kind of chilling today, man. Been a long night, you know. Time change got a brother all off. AJ10 is in the house. What's up, bro? Yeah, it was a good weekend, man. See, I was not impressed by either fighter last night. You know, the fight was definitely different. It was definitely different than what I think most people anticipated. Let's see here. We got AKU says he was impressed. I wasn't too impressed. You had it 5-5. We'll talk about our scorecards in a minute. AJ10, 7-3. Kovalev. Ref should have counted him out, waved it off to her. Kovalev wasn't getting up, man. He wasn't getting up. Facts, Reggie. Canelo was hurt. He absolutely was hurt in the 8th round. Absolutely. G Funk, I love your commentary. Credit with your words. Wish that. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Whiskey Dragonfly says, peace, fan. The only thing was strange was Kovalev not throwing too many rights. Kovalev was doing good with a double jab, triple jab. That KO wasn't fixed. Yeah, I don't think it was fixed either, man. Let's see. Did you get a 10? Nah, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm a little beat up today, man. So, Reggie, everybody digging you, bro. Spitting fire tonight. You know what I'm saying? What we got here? No, I don't think he will, man, to be honest with you. I really don't. Let's see. No way Crusher did it. Almost one. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I got a lot of comments here. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to try to get to everybody. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say my piece about the fight, and then I'm going to talk about the title that I have here. But I had this fight, man. I had it 7 rounds of 3 for Kovalev, man. You know, even though he was pity-patting, and I agree with everything you said, Reggie, he was pity-patting with a jab. You know, what I was thinking at first was because Kovalev is good at these throwaway punches to kind of disguise his shots, his power shots. So, you know, I was thinking that that's what he was doing. But, you know, once we got to like round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, you know, I'm waiting for him to unload something behind these little shots. And it just didn't happen, you know. That was something that was definitely strange to me. The other part, like you said, when he hurt Canelo, he just let him off the hook, man. I mean, he didn't fire nothing at him. Canelo's literally just backing up, went up against the ropes. He even had him in the corner, and he just had a high guard up. And I was just waiting for him to drop either straight right hands to the body or try to come around that guard or even split that guard with that hard, powerful jab. And that hard, powerful jab was nowhere last night from Kovalev. Nowhere. Now, again, the knockout, I don't believe it was a dive. I think it was a legit knockout. But the thing is this that makes me think something weird is that the interviews, the post-fight interviews from both guys, like Canelo saying that, this was part of the game plan. So, I mean, really, I don't think that was part of the game plan to lose rounds. I mean, he really wasn't doing much. He was trying to land, big counter shots, big wide counter shots all night on Kovalev. I didn't think that he was winning many rounds. I only gave him 3. So, I mean, if that was part of the game plan, I mean, I think that was a fucked up game plan, to be honest with you. And then Kovalev's explanation is like, well, I didn't let my right hand go because, I was trying to protect my body. So that's just strange to me too, because all of a sudden now you're worried of protecting your body against some small middleweight, some guy moving up 2 weight classes. Now all of a sudden you're scared to get hit in the body, but you weren't scared to get hit in the body against a guy in Anthony Yard who looked like he was probably a heavyweight that night in the ring. Later Alvarez, I mean, I don't know, man. That just seemed weird to me. Either way, Kovalev got his ass knocked smooth out. And he looked happy about it. Him, Kathy Duval were all smiles after the fight. He was hugging and kissing Canelo all through the promotion of this fight. It just there's some things that were strange to me, but I'm not gonna take nothing away from Canelo. We went in there and knocked this dude the fuck out, But here's what I'm gonna say now, as far as the title of this show. Canelo is unbeatable, man. I'm just gonna say it. All right. This guy, I mean, I just don't know how you beat this guy now, man. I really don't. I mean, especially with this power, this sudden burst of power that this guy has got. This is the power that I was looking for years. And I mean, for years, guys, because I go back all the way to 2011 here making prediction videos. And every fight that I've done with Canelo, it's always been Canelo's going to knock this guy out. As soon as he touches him, he's out cold. And it never happens. And that's why I said in my prediction, I don't think he's going to knock Kovalev out, because he doesn't get knockouts like that. But now he's got the power to move up 2 weight classes and knock out Kovalev, knock him smooth out. Not only that, of course, we know he's always going to be the A side. So, he's going to have the demands. They put the rehydration clause on Kovalev. He could do that to just about anybody he wants. I think he even did that with Rocky Fielding, if I'm not mistaken. So, he's going to be able to put demands, and people are going to have to meet that if they want to get paid. He's going to do the catch weights with whoever he wants. He could pick whoever he wants to fight. He could pick whoever he doesn't want to fight. You definitely can't beat this guy on points. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, I've seen him lose to a couple of guys on my scorecards and on a lot of people's scorecards, but yet somehow, some way, he's completely ahead. Comfortable lead on the scorecard when the fight's over and they read the cards. And he's shown a pretty great chin, for at this point in his career. I mean, he hasn't been hurt badly. The only time I've ever seen him really hurt that bad was against Cotto's younger brother, I believe. This is early in Canelo's career, where he hit him and he kind of stumbled. So, I just don't know how you beat this guy, man. I mean, you really do have to knock him out. And I don't know who can knock this guy out, man. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, if he stays at 175, I think somebody there, like a better BF, could probably knock him out. Who knows if that fight even gets made, but I'm talking 168, or if he goes back to 160, I don't see how any of these guys can knock him out. So at the end of the day, he's going to be up by that 12th round. And honestly, I don't see how you can beat this guy, man. The odds are just so great on his side, man. And yeah, man, I'm just going to say it, man. The guy's unbeatable right now, man. I don't see how anybody beats him, man. You got anything to say, Reggie? You can go ahead and chime in, man.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, man. And it's just a battle of an opponent having to beat these judges, having to clearly whoop on this dude, because even in the judges' scorecard last night, they was giving early rounds to Canelo. In the early rounds, Canelo barely threw any damn punches. And even that CompuBox thing, they kept bringing that up. It was total BS. They were acting like Kovalev was missing all these shots. He was tapping that jab on this kid's head, sticking that jab out, keeping Canelo inactive, but they were still giving these early rounds over to Canelo when he didn't do anything. All Canelo looked for was counter type shots, and he landed, they were far in between what he landed. And then also with the game plan of thinking they was going to get to the body of Kovalev, he was unable to really do any of the inside work. You didn't see any good inside work from Canelo at all. All you seen was countering moments for Canelo. So that game plan that they went in here, the ideal that they had for Kovalev, him being weak to the body, that stuff was nullified. None of it worked. But still, with the inactivity of Canelo in these early rounds, he was still able to win rounds on these official scorecards. But the thing is, I think there's some people who can finish this dude off. And this is where many people bring the complaints against Canelo, picking and choosing who he wants to fight. Not even just fans on here. You got great Mexican fighters that are bringing that up. Morales, Marquez, all of them are bringing this up. I think even Chavez has said some things to where he's avoiding the real tough competition that he should be fighting for legacy. And I think with what happened last night, he's going to have to fight the tougher competition because there's been a lot of flack put on Canelo's name, and it's all by how they dropped the ball last night, put a lot of pressure on this dude. And from what people were seeing was not the best opposition being placed in front of this dude. There was no threat being posed on him by Kovalev to really test Canelo. Kovalev pulled back the reins on what he could have did against this dude, and it was a bunch of BS. But now if he goes in here with some of these younger 175-pound dudes, the better Bivol starting to call him out. So now he has a target on his back, and now he has to step up to the plate. And he has to face these dudes. He has to face the Bivol. Even the Bivol will bring it to him. He has to fight the real competition up there, not just to go and get little trinkets by stepping up and think he's getting something. Even at 160, he's going to have to fight the real competition over at 160, facing the Charlos, the Andrades. All these cats are calling for this dude. 168. If he goes to 168, no more Rocky Fieldhands. You got to fight the Benavidez. You got to fight the Caleb Plants. You got to fight somebody real within these divisions and not pick and choose the weakest link in the chain of who reigns in these divisions. But we're gonna see what this cat is really made of. And also I want to see what this test come out, because we got a few days to see, because I think they test these fighters after this fight. I want to see if Canelo is clean coming out of this fight. That's what I want to see. But I think if Canelo is real about being a legend, he needs to fight an Artur Beterbiev or Bivol or Charlo or Andrade. I doubt if he can go back to 160. And it'll be a mistake if he went back down there, but he may have to campaign up here. But he's going to have to fight some of the real names that people know about in this division. But Kovalev, he played a trick move. He secured himself financially, and now he rolls himself into even a better deal after losing like this. So I want to see if we see him fighting on DAZN, we know what it is.
Right. Good stuff, Reggie. I'm going to some of these comments. We got E. Woodson in the house. What's up, bro? Glad you're here, man. Let's see. He says, rumors had it that Kovalev got dropped twice in training camp. Not to mention he came off a war with Yard 2 months ago. That probably had a lot to do with it. You know what? That is something that you have to consider with this fight, man, because that fight seemed like it was just a couple of weeks ago, and it was a tough fight for Kovalev. So, he didn't really get as much time to recover from that. But, hey, he sold out for the money, man. He took the check and said, fuck it, Let's see what we got here. I can't read all these, but I'm going to get a few in here. Let's see. We got Joe Lopez, 40 ounces, says, Canelo is a certified diva. That's why I can't support him. Too many asterisks on his resume and career. Yeah, man. But, that's something that doesn't get talked about, man. I mean, we know that. The hardcores, we all know that. The problem is the people that push the narrative to these casuals, they never talk about that type of stuff, man. The Immaculate says Canelo Mexican meat really paid off. Yeah, he was eating them steaks, boy, wasn't he? Let's see what else we got here. So he's got a great chin. He's shown one so far, man. That's for sure. Let's see. Judges already had the scorecards tabulated for Canelo before the fight even started. You know, that's something, yeah, because I think it was what, two judges had it 6-4. One judge had it even. But Canelo was on his way to another victory, even though to most people it looked like he was losing the fight. I mean, they were even booing. I mean, I know you heard those boos last night. You know, I mean, that didn't happen for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Canelo will lose by someone that he is supposed to beat. Hey, man. I don't know, man. It's tough, man. I don't know how you beat this guy, man. Wilder can beat. I don't know, man. I don't know if Wilder can. You never know, man. Let's see. Wilder, AJ, and Ruiz can beat him, I think. Oh man. What else we got in here? Let's see. What does it say? Did you see the news? Canelo cheated on his wife with Oscar and Ryan's. What the hell? I did not see that. No, I did not see that. Joe Lopez 40 ounces. Kovalev jab had no power. Absolutely no power. I mean, this dude was throwing a noodle jab out there all night long. And like I said, I thought he was trying to disguise it, you know, using these throwaway punches to disguise his 2-1-2 combination that he likes to throw a lot. Just didn't see it. I didn't see nothing fire off of those throwaway jabs, man. That's a little strange to me, man. It is. The judges gave Canelo that I don't know how they gave him that first round. That's ridiculous. We got D-Style in the house. What's up, bro? While you're here, I'm gonna give you a wrench, bro. Let me hook you up real quick, man. Where you at? All right, I got you in, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. We're gonna see you tomorrow night. Make sure you guys tune in. We're gonna be on, man. 7 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you're there. So with all that said, man, let's go in on DAZN now. Let's go in on these punks, man. These dudes straight punked out. They went and busted out the knee pads for UFC. Just disgusting, man. I mean, I had people over here at my house last night, Reggie, and I mean, they were getting impatient. You know, they're looking at me, and I'm like, hey, nothing I can do, man. You know, it's 10 o'clock. You know, I start my live, and it's like 10 o'clock. The fight still hasn't started. I got people over on the other side of the country telling me, man, it's 1 o'clock, 1:15, man, the fight still hasn't started, and I'm like, man, DAZN, they took. Wait, let me get this up. The fact checker, AJ10, DAZN took the L last night, brother. They took a couple L's, maybe 3, 4, man. Wow. I mean, they were just an embarrassment last night, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing with this whole "we're gonna kill pay-per-view" thing. But yet you bow down to the pay-per-view that's on. The commentary sucked. Chris Mannix's scorecard sucked. We can go on and on, but I'm gonna let Reggie burn on this. Go ahead, Reggie.
Man, it was a disgusting moment with DAZN. And even on top of them bowing down to the UFC, they bowed down even more when they was playing this fight. They played a UFC fight at this damn event. Now that had to be the most disgusting thing to ever happen. And that's when, you know, the ultimate defeat, when it's time for you to get out the game, occurs. Is when you have to play the event of what you bow down to at your venue just to keep people from losing their damn minds up in there. And I've seen it when it was one of the big channels. I can't say the name because we know YouTube. It ain't really YouTube. It's these other companies that look for any reason to strike somebody. But they was happen to, you know, pan around through the hallways and then into the arena area, and you see the UFC fight starting to be played on the big screen. And I'm like, I know that. Wait, they ain't the you like, what the hell? And then that's when I start hearing the reports that the MGM contacted Dana White to see if they can play the event because these people's losing their minds. You see in the locker room, these fighters started to you know, they kind of start to have to decide whether they're going to take a nap or not because this thing held back for so long. And I think that affected, now I can't say if that affected the fight or possibly it can because this thing was delayed by almost a whole hour. And then when the UFC event ends, we got to do 3 national anthems. Then we got to do some old film on each of the fighters, and then they walk out. Um, it was just the most ridiculous thing. Now for DAZN to come out the gates running about how pay-per-view is dead, you bow down to it. Not only that you bow down to a UFC event, you bow down to their pay-per-view event. So it's like every time DAZN turns around, they're putting their foot in their mouth. And also Oscar De La Hoya, because Dana White told Oscar De La Hoya about scheduling his event on the same night of one of their big events. And Oscar De La Hoya pushes forward with it. And then he turns around and has to bend over for Dana White. And this is why Dana White is always on Oscar head, calling him a snake, calling him an idiot, and just an a-hole. And it played out. And it looked bad for his fighter. It was bad for this event. Everything coming out from this event is about how twisted and how fake and fixed things look coming into this event. It was just an all-around bad thing for that promotional company. Can't say it was a black eye on boxing because this is all a reflection on DAZN and Oscar De La Hoya. These fools are lost with what they're doing. Oscar is too damn high. When you see Oscar, I don't know if somebody slapped him in his face or whatnot, or maybe the pressure was building on him. But even when he got into his thing with the what's that called, the press conference, where he made a statement about this was a very successful night for the fighters. He didn't say for the venue, but it was a success for the fighters, being that the fighters won. But it just shows, man, this dude is lost. He's lost his damn mind, man.
You're absolutely right, man. I seen Oscar last night, and his face was all red. That dude was drunk as shit. Man, he's an embarrassment, bro. It really is. This whole damn thing was an embarrassment, man. I can't believe that they did this. They should have just went head up with the UFC, man. That's what I would have done. But you know what, man? It's pitiful, man. And then you said he called Dana White, or the MGM called Dana White so they could show it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing, man. But you know what? The DAZN, not only did they drop the ball with that, but their commentary is, my God. I mean, I thought HBO was at the top of the list. You know, HBO's not around no more, but these guys, man, they take it all, man. I mean, Sergio Mora, the Latin snake. I mean, why would you even hire somebody like Sergio Mora to be an analyst there? I mean, what has this guy done in his career to be there? You know, like at least HBO hired some real dudes like Foreman and Roy Jones and these type of dudes, Manny Stewart. These are established. You're like, what the hell has Sergio Mora ever done? His commentary sucks too. Chris Mannix with an abomination of a scorecard he had last night. I don't know what the hell this guy was watching. I mean, literally insulting our intelligence. Like, we can't see what's going on in the ring. I mean, Kovalev's clearly ahead in the fight, but this guy's giving every round to Canelo. Man, this is just ridiculous, man. You know what? I heard somebody say something about how when they were showing these video packages after the 3 national anthems, I mean, we already had to wait an hour, and then you want to do 3 national anthems. Then you want to show all these video packages before Canelo walks out to the ring. Somebody mentioned that they had already said that, or one in the video package for Canelo, it had already said that he was a 3-time division champion or whatever it was. Yeah, something like that. Before the fight even ended. And then they're showing highlights of Kovalev getting knocked out on Canelo's video package. Man, the ass kissing was just out of this world, And I just can't believe. Yeah, Joe Lopez, you're right, man. Sergio Mora is fucking terrible, man. I couldn't stand the way that the dude, his fighting style. I can't stand his commentary. I could go without seeing this dude the rest of my life, man. I'm seriously. We got here Whiskey Dragonfly. Oscar's petty ass deliberately booked the same date as UFC 44 just to spite Dana. Probably, man. I know Dana White hates his ass, man. He just does too much punk stuff, man. Even when he was a fighter, man. That's why I stopped being a fan of his, because he's just always doing some weird punk stuff, man. What's this? Brian Kenny? Come on, man. Brian Kenny is terrible. Terrible, man. He has no business calling fights. I'm not with him, man. I don't like any of them. The Zone is basically part-time boxers who don't follow the sports outside of the. Yeah. What do we got here? Can somebody get some of these weird dudes out of here? I'm seeing some of these weird comments in here. You guys get to work on that for me, please.
Yeah, this fool's on that fruitcake stuff. But hey, you know the thing that bugged me yesterday with it was with Sergio Moore and the way he allowed these cats who have never fought a day in their life to correct him on things, to speak over him and down talk him, and he sits there with a smile on his face. It ain't no way I'm about to let any of them damn nerds like that speak any of that kind of clown talk. And it was just bugging me, man. I had to turn it. I was trying to listen, see if I can listen to the commentary, and I had to turn it off after hearing that. Just listen to Chris Maddox try to correct this dude and speak over him and act as if he's some expert as far as what's being done in the ring. I had to turn that off, man. I was like, because I was looking like Sergio needs to check him. And when he wasn't doing it, I couldn't bear it any longer. I had to turn the volume off this TV, man.
Yeah, that's what I like doing usually. The problem is I have people here, and some of them are casual, so they're like, I want to hear what they're saying. I can't hear them. Always try to tell them, like, look, man, you don't need to listen to these cats, man. These dudes are just biased, and they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. You don't need to hear this crap. But people are used to that. They're used to listening to the guys and what they got to say, and they go off of everything that they say too, man. And that's something that we got to try to clean up, man, as the hardcores. Let's see. The Zone is planning a New Year's Eve party, but the catch is you will need to celebrate at 1 a.m. so you can enjoy the parties at other locations. That sounds like some weird shit that they would do. I don't think Oscar has tried to compete with Dana. They picked November 2nd because of they were supposed to fight on Mexican Independence Day, And I mean, the thing is this, man, like, I get it. Yeah, it was Dia de los Muertos, but at the same time, like, people in America don't really know what that is. Like, they know, September, the Independence Day is September. They know Cinco de Mayo. They don't know nothing about Dia de los Muertos, but I mean, I get what you're saying, though, man. I do, for real. Let's see. Can't hear them. What are you talking to? You can't hear us? Is the audio good or what? I don't know. These dudes. Some of these dudes is acting weird, I guess. But while we got a little bit of time, Reggie, what did you think about Ryan last night? Ryan Garcia makes a huge statement last night in his first step up and his first fight on the big stage, man. What did you think?
Man, hey, he impressed me, man. I thought it was going to be a tough fight. I thought this was going to be his first loss. And he went in there and he cleaned this dude. But the dude was fighting a stupid ass fight, man. It made no sense on this dude was taking some of Ryan's shots, trying to move on the inside and just trying to move, just getting on the inside, and not letting anything go. And Ryan did the right thing, just whipping out that jab. No, he's whipping out hooks. And his velocity on his punches is something tremendous. He's just whipping off these hooks, and this dude's not doing anything. He's not throwing any shots. He's just kind of trying to roll up under shots and trying to close the distance to get on the inside. And when he got there, he did nothing to this dude. And Ryan made him pay for it. Now, Ryan hit him with that beautiful 1-2. God damn. And that's all she wrote. But that's what you have to do against guys if you want to prove yourself and prove that others don't belong in there. You dispose of him. And it's nothing I can take away from Ryan, because I counted him out on this one. I thought he was going to get exposed in this fight, and he did everything proper in his training. Letting those hands go, maintain that distance, and Duno fought like a damn fool, and he paid for it. He deserved everything he got, getting embarrassed, laid out the way that he did. Now, the other thing that was like real hoish is the way that Oscar and them want to be in the ring, but you try to play this guy. Before they Ryan made everything go public, they played Ryan about being afraid of Duno, him not being the best young prospect they had there. They was propping up who was that cat? It's some damn, I can't think of it. Why I'm drawing a blank on this cat name, a Texas cat out there, that being the next face of Golden Boy. Just shitting on Ryan. But now when he do this, everybody got their arms out trying to hug him, because Ryan's star power goes up because he's going to play into it on social media. So he got a great boost with putting on this performance. So I got nothing I can hold against Ryan because I thought I was counting him out in this one, and he made me look wrong as he's supposed to. But major salute to Ryan. But the other thing is that he fought an opponent as well who really doesn't. I don't want to take that against him, but we had to see what Ryan does in the next fight. So I don't want to say he's not ready for the Devin Haney's in that, but it's time to see what he can do in his next step up as well. Yeah, Virgil Ortiz is the cat I was thinking about. They try to play Ryan as being behind, but that's all I got on that one.
Okay, yeah. I think I mean, at least for me, I like Virgil Ortiz a little bit better than Ryan Garcia. Last night, that was pretty shocking, almost as shocking as the main event. Man, that dude Duno came in with no defense whatsoever, man. I mean, coming in, putting a lot of pressure, but not using the jab, not throwing any punches at all. He's just trying to get in Garcia's chest, and Garcia just got his ass out of there. He landed at least 2-3 clean right hands right on the face, and then that left hook high on the head got him out of there. I have to say that watching it live when it happened, I was like, damn, he's out of there. But that left hook, I mean, it did land pretty cleanly on the top of the head, but didn't look as good as it did in regular motion. You know what I'm saying? Like, how when you see a good knockout, it looks better in slow motion. This time it was the opposite way for me. But I'm real curious to see what they do with Ryan Garcia. He's big on his social media stuff, and he's got some skills, and he showed a little bit of power. So I'm real curious to see what they got for him. 892 AKU says, no way, right, ready for Haney. I think those guys fought in the amateurs, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think Garcia probably beat him a couple times, I think. Do you know anything about that, Reggie?
Yeah, I think they say they went back and forth on that one. I think even I heard Tank Davis in the video speak about he fought and beat him once.
Okay, yeah, I know there was something there, but amateurs is amateurs, man. I mean, could it cross over to the pros? I mean, sometimes it does. I mean, we've seen it with back in the day, Shane Mosley, Vernon Forrest. I guess he beat him a couple times in the amateurs. They met in the pros, and he beat him twice in the pros. So I mean, sometimes it can come over, but Haney just looks better right now than Garcia, but we'll see what Golden Boy decides to do with him. Dark Truth says, G-Funk, I was laughing at your impersonation of the casual fans at the fight party who like to listen to the commentary. Yeah, man, that's what they do, man. That's what a lot of them do. They love to listen to that commentary, boy. I'm telling you. I honestly, I could really do without it, man. I don't need to hear anything these guys say from any of the channels. I know we got a few comments here about that. What we got here? AKU says Fox Crew is the best. Personally, I actually like the Showtime crew better. I like Bernstein and I like Malignaggi. Man, I think Malignaggi is pretty honest, man. When he's on the broadcast team with those guys. See, Roy Jones used to regularly check Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, and Kellerman too. Yeah, he sure did. You would never hear Roy on the mic on the tail like Sergio Mora. Right. No, Roy said his piece. Roy always said his piece, man.
Yeah, Sergio was tucking his tail bad, man. It was I couldn't bear it anymore, man. It was sad to see him tuck his tail like that to a bunch of nerds.
Right, a bunch of nerds that went to school just to learn how to speak and don't know nothing about the sport. You know what I'm saying? What do you got here? Okay, Dark Truth says salute to Reggie Owens. Yeah, Reggie Owens in the house. Make sure you guys sub up. I'm sure you guys are, but if you're not, make sure you sub up to Reggie. And congratulations to Reggie, man. He got over 1,000 subs, man. Right on, bro.
Oh man, thank you, man. Thank all you guys, man. I appreciate that. I didn't even know it crossed that to someone. I think on the OG boxing channel. Let me know, man. Thank all you. I appreciate that. And it's jacked up because I can't even go live because of the zone.
Well, we're gonna go in on them tomorrow too for that, man, for sure. Joe Lopez, 40 ounces. Showtime Cruz Bliss. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that they're the best commentating crew out there. AJ 10 says Ryan is still on my prospect mode to me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, he looked good last night, man, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. Do you know again? He was just there to be punched in the face. You know, he's he couldn't take the power. See, bad night for Canelo and Rye haters. Well, that's some fanboy stuff there, man. You know, I don't like getting involved with that. Let's see. Sergio is the only credible guy on his own. Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks about it because he's not good either. He sucks himself, you know. All night long, I kept hearing him say, check hook from Canelo, check hook from Canelo," and like, bro, like, can you call any other punches than that? You know, like this guy sucks, man. Sucks really bad. But yeah, the ass kissing was way out of control, way out of control. But you know, it is what it is, man. We know how it is. The zone, they suck. Yeah, I mean, I think they are worse than HBO at this point, man. I really do. HBO was pretty bad though. I remember when Pacquiao was real hot. Oh man, it was just Jim Lampley with the boom, 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 boom. You know, he was just out of control, man. Joe Lopez says opinion on Estrada. That was a good fight, man. That cut was just ugly though, man. Oh man, I felt bad for her, man, when I seen that. That was like, if I could quote Bernie Mac, that was to the white meat. You know what I'm saying? That was nasty, man. Did you see that, Reggie?
Yeah, hey, that was her skull bone, huh? I was tripping when I seen that. Yeah, it did look like her skull bone right there. But those women showed some tremendous heart too, man. That was a good women's bout, real good women's bout, and she tried to compete with that cut, but it's just unfortunate, man. Maybe hopefully they can run that back. And the other thing that was cool, they ran it for 3 minutes. Those are 3 minute rounds, man. I thought that was pretty decent because you usually getting 2 minute rounds. So that was excellent stuff right there. It's just unfortunate that headbutt had to occur. And those women came in there to fight. So I really liked that. I really enjoyed this women's fight between those two.
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight, man. And I agree with you, AJ 10. It was the best fight on the card last night, for sure. Let's see what else AJ 10 says. The zone makes me miss the bang, bang, bang. Oh, it's talking about Jim. Yeah, that was Jim Lampley was on some stuff back then, boy. Let me tell you. Honestly, I think he was the worst for Pacquiao. Because I go all the way back with Lampley to like the early 90s. Like, you know, he was real biased for Oscar De La Hoya, but so was George Foreman, man. George Foreman was real biased on HBO when it came to Oscar De La Hoya. But man, his hype on Pacquiao was that was the peak right there for me, man. There was nothing Pacquiao did wrong, and it was crazy. Let's see, the face of Esparza looked like it was ready to peel off. What a dude! It got worse because it not only did she get headbutted once, but twice, man, and it got bigger. I mean, that thing looked like a golf ball sitting on the middle of her head, man. That was ugly, man. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again, you know. But the thing about the 3 minute rounds, I mean, I thought that was pretty cool, you know, to let the ladies go 3 minutes per round. But you know, the fight went it was getting ready to go into the last round, I believe, when they stopped it. She could have, I mean, if those rounds were regular women's rounds, the 2 minute rounds, you know, it would have went to the cards, man. Instead of being a TKO. You know, I think that kind of came back to bite her in the ass, you know, getting this fight to the 3 minutes. What do you think about that, Reggie?
Yeah, man, I prefer seeing them in 3 minute rounds though. Because because I think she when she quit in the corner, I think that's what forced the TKOs because she stopped in the corner when she stated she couldn't see. But the 3 minutes is better because now you'll start seeing women with more knockouts on their records. It looks more appealing for the sport, for that side of the sport, for women's boxing to grow, because that's almost like women's basketball. The reason why it won't grow because you don't see them dunking. They may need the lower courts for the women, but this is good because it puts them in kind of where the men compete as far as time. So this gives them a little bit more opportunity to work on things and get more stoppages in there. And these women showed tremendous, like they were in tremendous shape. You didn't see them tiring out. They let their hands go and they fought. And I liked it, man. I really like it. It'll make me more of a fan of women's boxing versus when you watch the 2 minute rounds. It's almost like you watch it and the round is getting ready to end. It's like way too quick.
Yeah,
But
those
yeah,
2 minute rounds are quick. They're real quick, man. Let's see. What does AKU says? RIP HBO. Yeah. You know what's funny is I started doing that segment on my channel here, the VHS classics. By the way, check those out if you haven't checked them out. G Funk got out the VCR and the VHSs, and I'm watching these old fights. But I'm hearing the old commentary from HBO, man. And you know what? It does bring back some good memories sometimes, man. Like I said, though, the later stages of HBO, the last stages of HBO was really bad, though. But like the mid to the late '90s, early 2000s, those were good commentaries by the HBO crew. Whiskey Dragon says women in the UFC fight 5 minute rounds just like the men, equal right. Well, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it was cool seeing them go 3 rounds, but I don't know, man. Women, I don't know. I just feel like women shouldn't be competing in combat sports. I don't know. When I look at women, I just don't see fighters, but they want to get in there and mix it up. So, what do you
but you
think,
know the
Reggie?
crazy side of that? Women want to fight more than men do. Shit. Women love fighting. They fight over somebody wearing the same color of them, color dress as them and shit. So
Right. They'll disown their friend for 20 years because, well, why don't you talk to her no more? Well, she wore the same shoes as I did one night, so I don't talk to that bitch no more. Something crazy like that, man.
yeah,
AJ 10 says HBO made the left turn once Mayweather left. Yeah, I think
and
so, man.
hell yeah. And you know what's funny about that? Larry Merchant started making appearances again. I seen him on several of the YouTube brothers channels, man. Larry Merchant done crawled out the grave and is showing up at fights. But the one thing that as much as I hated HBO from a production standpoint, nobody messed with HBO. Their production quality was second to none. The only thing closest to it is Showtime, but they still don't. Nobody lives up to what it was to watch HBO production. The cameras, the setting, everything look great. But even with Fox, and Fox can give a wider reach of who they're broadcasting to. Production wise, it still looks very cheap. The same thing with ESPN. Production wise, it's very cheap. Nobody's been able to mimic what HBO put out when it came to production. HBO is still second to none. Even though they don't exist, nobody's touching them when it came to production, visuals, and everything. It's just that commentary got too biased, and then it started crossing the borders and being too racially biased when it came to the sport. But production wise, HBO is, man, that's the thing I miss about them.
No, yeah, that's a great point, Reggie. Their production value was definitely top of the line. Yeah, none of the other channels have really got to that level yet, man. I miss the music, the little do 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 do. I miss hearing that sometimes when I see the fights, and yeah, it's crazy. It still is crazy to me that they're not around, man. But when they left boxing, I canceled my HBO subscription, man. Like I don't. That's the only reason why I got it, and now that there's no more fights and there's no more reason to have it on my package, my cable package. Let's see. Whiskey Dragon says, nah, let them girls fight, bro. Some of them girls like this. Oh, I'm no doubt about that. I'm not saying they don't like to fight. It's just, I don't know, man. When I look at women, they're little, they're soft, they're beautiful. And, I don't know, man. I just don't like seeing them fight like that. It does something to me, See,
No, that's
women,
understood. That's understood. But women, almost all conflicts revolve around women. Whether it's dudes going at it, it revolves around a woman. When things pop off in the club, you're gonna see women in there scrapping. Women like to get down. Hell, look at the animal kingdom. Animals go to war over the women. If a woman was as strong as you, she'll rip your neck off. Like
Oh, that's funny stuff,
They
man.
warriors. Women are warriors, man.
They're tough, man. They can take a beating in different ways than men can. That's for sure. Ben Dog says women in the UFC should fight with handbags and oh damn. That would be something to see. HBO had the best production is for yes, best boxing production for sure, man. HBO was the gold standard, absolutely. And yes, the zone is the worst, especially after last night. They're embarrassing production and just making everybody wait, man. I know I've seen a few people talking about, man, I'm canceling my shit. I ain't dealing with this crap no more. You're gonna make us wait over an hour, like that's just crazy, man. But anyway, man, you know, I had to come on here. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, Reggie, to do the recap with you, D Style and Stormy B. But you know what, man? I just had too much on my chest, man. I had to let it off, had to burn a little bit. But I'm glad you joined me, man. I really am glad you joined me. Um, any final words on anything, man, before we cut this thing off?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, we don't ever have to see anything like this in the sport again. Hopefully, never. Man, this was. I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder who gonna get fired on Monday. What the board meeting is gonna be like at the zone. Do they hold Oscar accountable? I just want to see what's gonna be the fallout with this, and also want to see if everything remains clean when it comes to Canelo, because I hate to throw out the accusations, but being you ain't knocking people out and you score this type of knockout through a guard to a person's neck to shock them, I want to make sure the brother's clean, but also to see where he goes from this. But I'm glad to get on here with you as well, because I want to speak about this whole event as well, and tomorrow we get to cook on it as well too. And then Vendor says, women like to get down. Where can I find these women? Man, you can find them all over this country, man. Hit them clubs up. You're going to
Hey,
see something go down because of these women.
exactly. I was just gonna say that, man. You better go to the club. You're gonna see something like that, man. Every time, man. Psycho boxing fan, my God, bro, you're still alive? I've really seen this guy. This guy right here. Let me tell you something, Reggie. When I first started making videos, man, this guy right here commented on like every video I made, and then he just fell off the face of the earth. But he's back. Let's see. Lucky I was drunk as fuck, so time was real. Bro, I'm glad to see you back. See you doing well, man. Thanks for stopping by. Smash the like if you haven't. Can you imagine the HBO pay-per-view where they make you wait for another event? Hell no, they would never do that. HBO would never do that type of shit, man. Let it out, G-Funk. Hey, it's out, man, and I feel like a new man. See, boxing was fire last night. Boxing has been fire all year, bro. This has been a hell of a year. And guess what, man? We got Inui and Donaire fighting on Thursday night. This fight snuck up on me too, man. November 7th is what I got. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys, anybody in the chat, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But if I'm not mistaken, it's Thursday night or Thursday in the day, whenever it is. I don't know what time, but new pound for pound king. Well, that's going to be the narrative for sure, man. For sure. Canelo is clean. Kovalev just needs to hang it up. Absolutely, man. He's done. Really, if he didn't take a dive, then he's definitely done, because real light heavyweights weren't knocking him like that. Let's see. Hell yeah, Reggie. Even the female lions are the ones that hunt the prey while the males chill under the shade and get one of them dips on the grub and cash. Ain't that the life? Ain't that the life right there? Can you just imagine that?
Real talk.
Oh man, Psycho in the house says you disappeared, fool. I've been around. Yeah, about time you came back. Hey, yeah, you know what? Life happened, brother. I had to take a break. I had a kid, had to take care of some things, man. Took a couple years off, but your boy is back. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make a good comeback, and I'm here with the brother Reggie Owens. We doing it. Yeah, it is Thursday night. Wow. Yeah, so we got a fight on Thursday. I don't want to say it. I sense some possibility shenanigans when Reese fights. And don't do that to me, AJ Tibbs. Don't do that to me, man. Don't you dare do that to me. D-Style is back. Would you go away for a second, bro? We gonna see you tomorrow night, bro. Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's see. Speaking of female lions, there we go. Don't start with that, man. Come on. Don't start with that stuff. Now you being a fanboy, all right? Let's see. Y'all didn't think that back-to-back camps had no time rest, had nothing to do with that. Plus he's 36 and was tired. No, we mentioned that earlier, bro. If you go back and watch the video, we talked about how, that short rest in between fights for Kovalev probably did have an effect on him. The rehydration clause, all of that, man. That's hey, but he'll get a pass for it, But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut this thing off, man. It's getting kind of late. I gotta be up early in the morning. I'm sure Reggie does too. So Reggie, you go ahead and say what you gotta say, and we'll cut this thing, man.
All right, man. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. I know it's easy to skip once you get up in here. Them comments start rolling, but hit that like button too. Also subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the brother G Funk, and catch us tomorrow on D-Style Boxing Channel tomorrow at 7 Pacific time, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. We're gonna cook some more on these things, and also catch me too on Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. I'm mostly dropping content videos related to news, and every now and then I go live when the fights. I like doing the commentary when the fights are live. It's hard for me to find spots to go live because it's hard with the kids, but it's so easy when I put a content video together. And also the tip for doing the content videos is clean my master. I think that's what I use. Easy. When y'all see me dropping videos, I can be at work, read some news, add some clips that I snip together, talk over it, bam, I got a video to release. So it's just that easy. Don't need the huge setups, but I just love the sport, love covering it, giving my opinions on it. But that's all I got on it, man. Just want to drop that little bit of info for anybody thinking about starting the channel with content. But it was great getting on here talking with you, bro. I appreciate this too, man.
No doubt, man. Thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it, Reggie. And Reggie puts in a lot of work, man. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Reggie, make sure you subscribe to this brother, man. He puts up a lot more content than I do, man. I got some free time now, but man, it's tough sometimes. Like he said, man, it's tough to find times to go live and stuff. But this brother pushes out a lot of videos, man. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to him, man. Let's see. Psycho says, follow you. Hey, man, yeah, I started my Twitter, man. D-Style finally talked me into it, man. I started my Twitter, so if anybody's on Twitter, you want to follow me, you can follow me at GFunky84Boxing on Twitter. Go ahead and do that. Kovalev is over the hill. Absolutely, man. Vindog, good collaboration. Enjoyed it. Absolutely, man. E. Woodson says, shout out to Reggie Owens. Absolutely, man. 92 AKU, good collab. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it, man. Don't forget, like Reggie said, tomorrow night we will be on D-Style Boxing Live. We're going to recap these fights, go in a little more on this stuff. And make sure you go over there. Make sure you subscribe to D-Style if you haven't. Subscribe to Reggie. Stormy B Man will be with us. Subscribe to his channel also. But I'm going to cut this thing here, man, because it's late and I got to go to sleep. So for the brother Reggie Owens, this is G-Funk, man. We out of here. Thanks for joining us.